man, Chief Barr Nyesom Ezenwo Wike, the journey so far. An outstanding administrator, lawyer, leader and politician, Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo Wike was born to the family of Reverend and Mrs. Nlemaya Wike of Rumepricum community in River State. Chief Barrister E.N. Wike is happily married to Justice Mrs. Eberichi Suzette Nyesom Wike, a High Court judge with the River State Judiciary and blessed with 3 lovely children, Jordan, Joaquin, and Jasmine. Barrister Nyesom Wike started his academic pursuit early in life when his parents enrolled him at St. John's Primary School, now State School, at Rumeme, after which he proceeded to Government Secondary School Eneka, where he passed out in flying colors. According to Mr. Chibuzo Aholo, Chief Wike's classmate at secondary school, Barrister Wike showed leadership traits early in life.
Chief Honorable Barrister Nyesom Wike, as my classmate, my seatmate in then Government Secondary School Eneka from 1978. Simply put, he's an all-encompassing person that you want to be associated with. He was trustworthy, hardworking, very bright classmate who never took failure for an answer. His association was basically with those who were above average students and he had nothing to do with those who were laggards in the class. And I must say that Chief Nyesom was somebody who has started showing us signs of his political vision when he started becoming the best student in the subject, government. That he maintained till we graduated from the school. And I should give it to him, was very dependable, trustworthy. You can rely on him, unassuming, somebody that was giving his best in terms of his educational pursuit. He was never given to issues of indiscipline. I also want to say that Nyesom will not allow you to be a distraction in the class.
Thereafter, his quest for higher academic acquisition led him to the University of Port Harcourt, where he bagged a first degree in political and administrative studies. At the University of Port Harcourt, again, he continued to develop his leadership skills as buttressed by another course mate, Honorable Vincent Nimeboka.
I had the privilege of knowing Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike. We were classmates. We both studied political science at the University of Port Harcourt between 1986 and 1990. I'm not surprised that today he's a very vibrant politician. The reason being that political science as a course, as it was taught then, made us appreciate the value of social justice, made us appreciate the need to use politics to render service to larger society. It also inculcated in us the desire to mobilize people for development and change. People hardly know that Nyesom Wike studied political science before bearing into law. I knew him as someone who was focused on what he wanted to achieve. Immediately after we graduated from the University of Port Harcourt, he moved over to the University of Science and Technology to study law. It is only a very serious-minded person that will choose that route. In school, he was dutiful, though a little bit argumentative. He argues on issues that relate to development. He will want his superior argument to be accepted by the generality of his colleagues. It was fun relating with him. I know him as someone who is highly detribalized because he had friends from Yoruba, friends, Igbo friends, friends from Delta State, and it will interest you to know that he's still keeping most of those friends. As a Rivers man, I'm from Okrika. We've been friends for the past 29 years. He's someone who is committed to friendship. I think that having studied political science then, reading law, his ability to govern at the highest level, I don't doubt. Even as Obiakwa, local government chairman. The same mentality we had from our training as political scientists, he brought to bear. He was development oriented. He believed in the empowerment of people. I think that with him as governor of Rivers State, infrastructure will go forward. I believe that he will also make it his major objective to empower people in the state.
As if that was not enough, or rather spurred by his ambition for higher accomplishments, he proceeded to the Rivers State University of Science and Technology to pursue another degree in law. There again, he was said to have exhibited his attributes as a detribalized, humane and out-of-the-box thinker. These attributes, according to one of his course mates, Barrister Awotu Erastus, made him a rallying point amongst his classmates.
As a colleague in class with Nyesom Wike, and for those of us who were in class with him, I'm sure 4 key points will come to us when you think about Nyesom Wike. First, his hard work. Second, his compassion, his ability to mix with all the students and attend to their issues when he's able. Third, the fact that he's detribalized. And the fourth thing that comes to my mind again is the fact that he's always thinking out of the box, looking to achieve new things. Now, I talked about hard work. Back in those days, when we used to get cases from authorities, legal authorities, from lecturers, of authorities of 1970, for example, Madukolo and Nkemdili, they will tell you that it's a very recent case. Nyesom Wike wasn't content with that. He was able to go outside to libraries, outside his school's law library, and get very current authorities. And so he was a resource person to other students because his notes were always loaded with those authorities, and we share his notes turn in turn. So he's a very hard-working student, always reading. And the fact that he had a first degree never made him to be lax. He took it as though he was reading for his first degree. And that, I think, symbolizes the man Nyesom Wike, because whatever he sets his mind to do, he is all and out, all and all for it. No half-heartedness. And compassion, he became a rallying point for students of the faculty, because whenever he was able to share and take care of students when he could, with little financial assistance then. And I say he's detribalized, and I'm sure everybody will remember that when I contested for the election as an Ijaw person, Nyesom Wike was, of course, we all know he's an Ikwere man, but I contested against Toloyan, who is an Ikwere man, and Golden Benchoma, who is also from Iche, all of them Rivers people. Golden Choma is now in the House of Assembly. Wike backed me to the end, and we were successful in that election. He said it's not a question of tribe or riverine or upland. He's always believed that Rivers State is Rivers State. Very willing and always looking at new ways of achieving better results. Once he was the chairman of the Law Week Organizing Committee, I had suggested as the president then that we get a lecturer to preside over the moot court, but he insisted that that wasn't going to be it, that we have to do something different. We needed to get a judge from outside, a proper judge, so that students could learn what it looked like being before a judge. Since we are law students, we should prepare for the world outside. And he committed himself to it and got Justice Igoniwari of blessed memory to preside over the moot court session. And I don't know if that has been done again, but it was the first time it was done. It was the first time we saw a judge in school as law students. So Nyesom Wike is somebody who is always willing to go the extra length to achieve greater things. And I followed his tenure as a chairman of local government, and I discovered that he was the first person that introduced payment of workers' salaries through the banks instead of having to go to carry Ghana must go at the end of the month to the council and pay workers in cash. He changed the face of payments of local government workers. He also built a magnificent secretariat, which was, of course, the first in Rivers State, and the governor then really marveled at the achievement of the young man. And it's somebody who I think, if we place Rivers State under his leadership, I'm willing to bet my money that he's going to take Rivers State to heights never reached before in terms of positive development in all aspects of our life as a people.
Done with academics, Barrister Nyesom Wike worked in the law firm of Barrister E.C. Okala, a senior advocate of Nigeria SAN, before venturing into politics. He is a distinguished member of the body of benchers. According to a professional colleague, Barrister Antele Moka,
I knew him way back in 1997 when he came to our law office, E.C. Okala and Company, to do his law office attachments. But on his graduation, on his call to the bar in 1998, February, he came back to the office and applied to work as counsel in the office. Applied to our principal then, E.C. Okala, now a senior advocate of Nigeria. So he was interviewed and he was employed. So he joined us, a young man, following his seniors to court, was being given assignments, and of course, he was deciding his assignment very diligently. Within a few months, he was able to prepare motions by himself, prepare the motions, draw affidavits, sign the motions, argue the motions in the court. I remembered one, I think he followed me there. There was a motion he did in a number of matters, but it's a long time now. I can't even lay my hand, but I remember clearly one Sunday Dixon and others against Elder Elendo Ogonda in the High Court then. I was leading him, and he did quite well. So while there, of course, he developed interest in politics and sought to get elected into the local government council. So he was going for in pursuit of this ambition to get elected. He was going, but still keeping his assignments in the office, still doing his work as a lawyer, attending to his duties in chambers and going to court. And he did it until later that year when elections, or early 1999 when elections were held. Of course, he did the election and won. So he only left our office after he was sworn in as chairman of the I think he took office around about May of 1999. But from that time, he joined us in April of 1998 until he won the election. And he was active in his practice. He would go for party meetings and rush back to the office to do so. What I find about Nyesom is that from time, he's very aggressive in the pursuit of his goals.
Thereafter, by the grace of God, he was elected twice as the executive chairman of Obiakpo local government area between 1999 and 2007. While in office as chairman of Obiakpo local government, Chief Wike performed creditably well and earned the Best Local Government Chairman in Nigeria award for his outstanding performance. It is on record that his footprints still resonate till date when it comes to issues of local government administration in Nigeria. For instance, he embarked on an iconic project that redefined council administration and set the right example for his colleagues. It is also on record that at that time he built the best local government secretariat in the entire country. As council chairman, he served as Deputy President, Association of Local Governments of Nigeria (ALGON) in 2004 and was later elected the President of ALGON. He also represented Africa as a member of the Executive Committee of the Commonwealth Local Government Forum. As ALGON National President, Barrister Wike played a pioneering role in national security and primary health care, leading all local councils to commit themselves to high-level grassroots development across the country, according to his predecessor, Honorable Sandy Ono from Cross River State.
I met Nyesom Wike a couple of years ago when he approached me to succeed my person as Deputy National President of ALGON, a position I was holding up to the time that he met me. Since after that time, Nyesom and I have shared a beautiful relationship. I found him to be a very dependable person, a man of probity and integrity, a man with set goals, a man who understands Nigeria and understands the dynamics of Nigerian politics, a man who, through legitimate means, will get what he wants for his people.
Between October 26, 2007 and May 28, 2011, Chief Nyesom Wike served as the Chief of Staff, Government House, Port Harcourt. On the 14th of July 2011, he was subsequently appointed and sworn in as the Honorable Minister of State for Education, and following the cabinet shake-up, he emerged as the nation's supervising Minister of Education on September 12, 2013. As the Minister of State for Education, Chief Nyesom Ezenwo Wike made remarkable impact in the basic education subsector, spearheading a nationwide reform of the nation's education system. The fundamental programs that were driven by him include the creation of access to quality education for 9 million Almajiri children in northern Nigeria through the construction of dedicated schools in affected states, construction of basic education vocational training schools for out-of-school children in southern Nigeria, and special girl education schools for less privileged girls in 16 states of the country. He also championed the free distribution of books across the nation. Over 60 million textbooks and library resource materials have been distributed since 2011. Determined to ensure that teachers have the capacity to deliver on the transformation agenda of the Jonathan administration, he initiated the training of close to 500,000 basic education teachers and school administrators. As the nation's supervising Minister of Education, Chief Barrister Wike took proactive measures to resolve key challenges in the basic and tertiary education levels. Under his watch, the federal government established 4 new federal polytechnics, with one sited at Bonny, River State. Barrister Wike facilitated the 1.3 trillion naira intervention fund for public universities in Nigeria, the very first of its kind aimed at reviving university education in Nigeria. He also facilitated the revival of infrastructure in 51 state and federal polytechnics and ensured the construction of micro-teaching laboratories in colleges of education in Nigeria. As an ardent believer in the saying that charity begins at home and an avowed lover of the state, Barrister Wike ensured that Rivers State did not miss out of his benevolence as a minister. Under his watch, Rivers State enjoyed an unprecedented leap in the provision of project intervention schemes as well as empowerment of the state indigenes from the Education Ministry. Among some of the projects are establishment of Federal Polytechnic of Oil and Gas, Bonny, construction of Faculty of Law Building, University of Port Harcourt, construction of Faculty of Biological Science Building, University of Port Harcourt, building of Cloud Ake Faculty of Social Sciences, University of Port Harcourt, special intervention for Federal College of Education, Technical, Omoko for key projects, ongoing construction of Special Vocational School for Boys at Ogubolo Local Government Area, construction of Junior Model College in Ikwe Local Government Area, complete rehabilitation and equipping of 22 existing secondary schools in all 3 senatorial districts of Rivers State, distribution of over 4 million free textbooks and resource materials to basic education institutions in Rivers State, training of over 20,000 teachers and basic education administrators in Rivers State. Rivers indigenes offered appointments in several federal Ministry of Education parastatals. Many Rivers State indigenes on several federal scholarship programs, siting of National Teachers Institute, NTI, Data Center in Port Harcourt, siting National Open University of Nigeria Study Center in Port Harcourt, rehabilitation of classrooms, laboratories, hostels and construction of electronic library at Federal Government College, Port Harcourt, rehabilitation of classrooms, laboratories, hostels and construction of electronic library at Federal Government Girls College, Abuluma, rehabilitation of classrooms, hostels and workshops at Federal Science and Technical College, Ahoda, Special TET Fund High Impact Development Fund of 1 billion naira to University of Port Harcourt. Several duly registered Rivers-born contractors for the first time benefited from Federal Ministry of Education contracts for key projects. Over 1 billion naira grant to University of Port Harcourt from the World Bank for Scientific Research. Several schools were also renovated across the state. Among them are Abonima Girls Secondary School, Abonima, Birabi Memorial Grammar School, Bori, Finima Girls Secondary School, Finima, Government Secondary School, Eneka, Community Secondary School Mbolu Oruworoko, Community Secondary School Rumeprikom, Akpok Grammar School Ozoba, Government Secondary School Abua, Government Secondary School Ubima, Community Secondary School Bolo, and State School Ikpo Ama Ogu. New schools currently under construction include Basic Education School Omerelu, Girls Secondary School Port Harcourt, Girls Secondary School Ogu, as well as Special Vocational Basic Education School in Omoku and Andoni. Let us take a look at some media reports.
In the last 4 months, Nigerians have come to appreciate the vibrancy that has been brought to bear by these two public officers in the transformation of the education sector. For the basic education subsector, under the supervision of Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo Wike, who is serving as the Minister of State for Education, it is no longer business as usual. The Minister of State for Education has introduced a sense of urgency and discipline in ensuring that the fundamental challenges facing this subsector are addressed. And right from the very beginning, he made it a duty not to be an armchair minister who expects doctored reports in the comforts of his office. Since assumption of duty, the Minister of State has visited federal unity colleges in all the 6 geopolitical zones of the nation, interacting with principals, teachers, parents, and other stakeholders.
We have come to see how you are doing, the kind of facilities you have, so that government will improve on it and give you a better education. Okay? The rest assured that the President will do everything to make sure that the standard of education improves. Okay?
You will recall that part of the transformation agenda of His Excellency the President is to make sure that the education sector is totally reformed. Totally reformed in the sense that our people should have access to education, not only access to education, but quality education. But from what we have seen at the temporary site, and from what we have seen at the permanent site, we are not happy with what is going on. No child, no student can learn under that kind of environment.
For these and many other efforts aimed at overhauling the entire education sector, which have been recognized by stakeholders within and beyond the shores of Nigeria, he was conferred with the Best Performing Minister 2011 by the Nigerian Pilot newspapers. African Network Campaign on Education for All, and CEFA awarded him the Policy Champion Award for Africa to recognize his roles in the creation of access to education for Nigeria children. The Abuja Council of the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, conferred on him a recognition award for reviving basic education in Nigeria, while the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, conferred on him Award of Performance in the Education Sector. The former Honorable Minister of State for Education has received several other awards from reputable stakeholders in the education sector in appreciation of his investment of energy and intellectual resources in the system. As if to crown it all up, on 1st October 2014, he was one of the 313 Nigerians bestowed with national honors, as he was conferred with the Commander of the Order of the Niger CON honors for exemplary service to the nation. All said and done. In October 2014, a delegation of elders and stakeholders from all the ethnic groups in the state brought PDP expression of interest and nomination form and presented same to Chief Barrister Nyesom Wike, urging him to run for the state gubernatorial election, a form he completed and submitted on Thursday, November 6, 2014 at the party's national secretariat in Abuja.
To come here, we've put all our resources together to ensure that we collect the form, expression of interest form, and nomination form. And we are here as a people to present to you the expression of interest form and the nomination form, and to urge you to please run for the governorship. underscores the interest and the confidence we have in you as our leader. Please accept the expression of interest form and the nomination form on behalf of your people, the Rivers people, and please run for the government of Rivers.
Let me say that this afternoon I'm humbled by the caliber of delegation that has come this afternoon to see me. And know pretty well that the delegation is made up of all the ethnic nationalities in Rivers State. Let me sincerely, on behalf of my family, thank you in particular Chief Fedi and Ababa, who have led this delegation to see me this afternoon. Having come this afternoon, and knowing that you are fully committed, I will not hesitate but to say that I accept. I accept the call on me to vie for the position of the governor of Rivers State. Democratic Party.
And the journey started in earnest. On December 8, 2014, PDP delegates from all the 23 local government areas of Rivers State unanimously voted for Barr Nyesom Ezenwo Wike as the party's governorship candidate for the 2015 election in the state.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my honor and special privilege to present to you the next Deputy Governor of the Rivers State.
Eventually, he received the party flag at the flag-off of the PDP presidential campaign in Lagos. Consequently, he dedicated his campaign to God on Sunday, 4th January 2015 at St. Paul's Anglican Church at Garrison in Port Harcourt. Thereafter, he flagged off his campaign on 7th January 2015 and has since then commenced campaign to no fewer than 11 local government areas in the state.
I do believe that as governor of Rivers State, he will do exceedingly well. I believe he will take Rivers to heights unimaginable. I believe that Rivers people will prosper and that they will see development that they never thought was possible to achieve. I wish him well in the elections. I wish Rivers people well too under his leadership as governor by the grace of God.
Today, it is time for a resounding ovation and to say good morning and welcome to our champion, Chief Barrister Nyesom Ezenwo Wike, aka New.